to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, it's part of the show. Didn't they teach you to reach for the stars while opening up the bars and keeping you chained down with mortgage bills and cars? Vaccines for your arms, kids sounding like supercharged, caffeinated hate-filled scars and rage-quit repertoires. No answers for yards, caught up in emotion that's not even yours. Imposter truths like impeccable retards, lined up for your serving of gish galloping wars. No remedy can save the lost, in love with the yarn. I'm tired of walking into refracted shards, poor science displayed by disgusting bards. Soaked in sin with your dupe is delight in a new hand of cards. Been so long, seems like for love I'm just too hard, I'm just too hard. I said, welcome to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know. Intoxicated 8 makes you believe you're spinning in space while you have no shame or grace. It's a disdainful state I used to contemplate, how to save myself from my own self-hate. Wonder why I was even made with a dreadful fate, forced to try and awake with a full plate. No one to help me stay awake or educate. I've had to liberate and fight through hidden gates. But my brother, heaven could never be late, and rockets don't work in space. It's all fake, the show is on Mars. It's a joke, but you're too far gone, it won't be long. Fepe's beak is strong. We have our song and we march along like streams of knowledge leading to God's holy pond, and lives of truth that hits the bong and sings the song, turns mankind from the wrong. We come in peace with a holy gown and all of us wearing our holy crowns. So the earth is flat and we probably just won't get along, just to go along. I said, welcome to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know.
Hello everyone, mic check first. Hope you guys are doing fine. Hello Half Tater. Hello Brian Cash. It's flat, you got it. It's flat. Hello Eli. Clinging 300 miles, Seldom Bean, Brian Cash, King Crimson, Ramon Gonzalez. Hello family. Guyana Spice, Hack. Guys, it's a pleasure for me to have you here. I've had a difficult week. I almost didn't make it today. I don't know what's going on with me. My eyes are watering all the time. It's just like I'm having some sort of allergy or something. And just feeling kind of weak also. So I almost didn't make today. So I decided to have a short show. There is some things that I want to cover today. About the video I put out this week on the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Also, I want to cover a little bit about the debate with the Professor Dave. Thanks. You guys can hear me well? I hope so. So, Jeff, hi, thank you. Mary, Mac, It's a pleasure. Thanks, Jackie, Killian. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Sometimes, ups and downs. I don't know what's going on. Flat, South Carolina. That's good to hear that. So, guys, first I want to try to explain something here too. Let me share my screen. And this is for David Wise. I did invite him first, but then I disinvited him because since I'm not feeling well, I don't want to have a short show with a guest, So told him maybe another time. So let's get started with this debate, okay? I'm not a big fan of debates, as I told you, because always the same person. I found it interesting because David Farina, I could not watch his debate with David Wise. I mean, 8 minutes, and I just couldn't handle that stuff. It was unbearable. But then I watched it with Mind Shock. Mind Shock did a great job. So I decided to watch this one, Sunday morning for me, Saturday night in the US. And I was surprised. I mean, he seems to have been scared of Austin. I mean, he wasn't. He was paying, an a-hole, but he was careful, perhaps because he was in a neutral platform. The guy was leaning towards David, like it was sometimes seems like Austin was debating both of them, but he at the same time I noticed like David Farina or Professor Dave. He was like really careful, like he was kind of scared in my opinion. So right at the beginning, his opening statement, when he displayed this picture, that was exactly what I was trying to say during my video. So you guys, if you haven't watched my Anti-Arc-tic video, please go to my channel and watch. I'm not gonna upload anything else for like a whole week. I just want you guys to watch this video here. It's called The Truth About the Midnight Sun and Anti-Arc-tic, okay? I did watch a whole bunch. It takes time, guys, to make these videos because you gotta research. So I'm gonna be talking about this video in just a second. But anyway, if you guys can watch this video, 47 minutes. I couldn't make any shorter than that because I wanted to include several things, and that's the thumbnail for the video is this one right here. The Truth About Antarctica's Midnight Sun. So I had to watch sometimes an hour-long documentary just to get a 30 seconds worth of information about the midnight sun in Antarctica, and I couldn't find anything. So I put everything in this video. So this picture right here kills the globe model, and this was presented by David Farina right at the beginning. He was saying that the South Pole, the South Pole 24-hour sun, free scale flat Earth. So there's no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. There is no. I'm going to explain, but this picture alone, look, this below, it's the Arctic, and this one is the Antarctic. So I was trying to show this to explain this to David Wise. And I will see if you, this is how in Brazil we describe, these are just shapes, okay? This has nothing to do with the shape of the Earth. This is just like how the sun behaves. So I have here with my daughter's hair band, whatever, okay? Now, look, in the Arctic, let's say this is a person right here, okay? In the Arctic, okay, the person is facing the sun, perhaps like this, and the sun is going 360 degrees around her. So we call this a concave shape because the sun goes on a concave, let's say 180 degrees from east to west in front of you. But in Antarctica, it's the opposite. Okay, we call it a convex shape in Brazil because it comes from the northeast approaches you, and then goes away. Okay? It does not go around uh, the observer like we have here. This is in the Arctic, and that's why I call Arctic or Arc the North Pole. It goes 360 degrees around the observer. That's not what happened in Antarctica. In Antarctica, the sun approaches you and then goes away. Now, what I did in the video, and I collect a lot of information. Let me hide this comment for a minute. What I did in the video was to show people who went to Antarctica. There are 3 Brazilian research stations there, 1 permanent and 2 temporary, which I'm going to show you to you guys. And what David Farina is showing is exactly what's going on. A person is here. I actually have another picture that I just put together. This one right here. Okay, the person in the North Pole sees the sun going on this shape right here, around her 360 degrees. But the person in Antarctica sees the sun approaching from the northeast, gets a little bit closer to you, and sets. Okay, it sets. In the North Pole, it doesn't set. They have like, that's true 24-hour sun in the North Pole, but not in the South Pole. So one of the videos, if you guys show, one of the officers, it shows the midnight, the sun is setting. The sun sets northwest from where he was. Okay, so what happened in Antarctica is not that there is a 24-hour continuous sun, but it sets at midnight. That's what we could understand. It sets at midnight. Okay, and he shows the moon on one side. I'm gonna be playing the video here for you guys. So I think right at the beginning, if somebody really watched this video, understand, it could have killed Professor David right there, because you don't have the same thing that you have in the north. Okay, and I have another video here I made specifically for this, full screen. Okay, that's what we have. We have in the South Pole or on Antarctica, the sun approaches and goes away. While if someone is in the middle, it's in the North Pole, the sun circles around the person. So this kills the globe. It doesn't matter if the sun is shining midnight in Antarctica. It completely kills the globe, because on the globe, Earth, let me show you guys here. That's what they say happens in the globe. This is what they say happens in the globe. Okay, the person is here, the sun is 360 degrees. But in the south, that's not what we observe. It should be similar. Okay, this is the Earth, axial tilt, 23 degrees according to the globe model. June solstice, December solstice. Sun goes around 360 degrees. According to the globe model, it should happen the same thing in the south. The same thing. That's why they fake the videos showing the sun going around, even the shades. You know, that's how they do it. They fake it because that's what's supposed to do. But David Farina, when he presented his picture here, it shows the opposite. Okay, look, in the North Pole, the sun is high, goes low, and around the horizon goes high again. The South Pole is different. Okay, it shows the sun approaching and going away. Okay, this is what it shows. It's the Arctic arc around the person, and the Anti-Arc-tic. It's arcing away, just like what I did here with my daughter's hair stuff. It arcs away. You're here, the sun comes from here, gets close, and goes away. In the North Pole, it goes around you when you are here. So this alone, right there, kills the debate. Okay, when he presented this as evidence for the globe, this is actually evidence for the flat Earth, right in the beginning. Okay, uh, so that's what we have right here. So in another slide, and that one I included in my video, the officer is facing north, and he describes in the middle winter, June, the sun rises northeast and goes along the horizon and sets northwest. In the summer, Antarctic summer, it rises towards you and goes away. Okay, it matches the the image that I just showed you guys right here. This one, it matches this. It comes close to you and goes away. This is what we should have on the globe on both sides, North Pole, South Pole. But it's different. Okay, so right there, he himself. I mean, uh, I don't know if Austin watches my videos, but I wish he did and just because let me explain this to you guys. What's all this the final experiment? What's going on? When I first heard that guy, Pastor Will Duffy, I initially, first time, I think it was December last year, I felt like trying to reach out to him and say, no, maybe he's just mistaken. But then when I saw him at Mactoon attacking Flat Earth, all that stuff, I thought there was something wrong with this guy. And now that things are coming out and show that he was planning the final experiment since last year. So let me tell you what's going on. Okay, let me remove this for a minute. Talk closely. Okay. So some time ago, this guy, he has a YouTube channel as well. His name is Stinky Cash. Okay, I watched one of his videos about politics, and he was showing how the politics in Brazil and in the US is like they are playing a script. They are giving the script to both. Because what's happening in the US is happening in Brazil. Sometimes what's happening in Brazil is happening in the US. Like the January 6th stuff in the White House, it happened the same thing in Brazil. They invaded the presidential palace, broke, everything happened. The Trump is being prosecuted. It was like he cannot go back to become a candidate or whatever. Same thing with Bolsonaro. So this Antarctica thing started last year in Brazil. In November, this guy he said, "Okay, we're going to organize a trip to Antarctica in December of 2024." That was November of 2023. And this guy was giving like wild platform, like BBC London, British Podcast Corporation. They have 5 million subscribers there with YouTube channel in Brazil. And they all the political stuff going on, they gave time for the guy to talk about this. Flat Earth, it makes no sense. Flat Earth doesn't, giving time to talk, oh, we're gonna go to Antarctica, all that stuff. So the same thing that's going on right now in the US with the final experiment. But I believe the Brazilian flat earthers, the word is martyrs. They were ahead of, it was November when this guy came out. They say, wait a minute, we have the December solstice coming right now, December 2023. Why don't we go ahead and try right now? So in Brazil, the Mark Zuckerberg just came out with a video saying Brazil is the country that the most use WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is just like any other, but you can make a live call anytime. So They say the Brazilian flat earthers, they have big channels as well. Million subscribers, 500,000, lot of subscribers. They say, hey, let's not wait until December 2024. December is coming up now. Let's find out right now. Let's call the Brazilian base there. Let's call the Union Glacier. We have Brazilian people there. Let's call them and ask them to film the 24-hour sun right now. We don't have to wait till December 2024. Let's do it right now. So when it started December 21st, 2023, when the solstice started, almost every day the Brazilian channels and even some globe channels, they start like, not globe channels, but I mean on the fence channels. They say, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's prove this thing once and for all. Okay? So what happened to the globe earthers? They backed out. They backed completely out because there was nobody that wanted to prove the 24-hour sun on a live call between December 21st, 2023 until January 21st, 2024. There was the one guy that wanted, okay, let's do it. He backed out. Okay, nobody wanted to do it. Why? Because there's no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. What the guys are gonna see is gonna be see the sun setting at midnight. And now, is it possible to be daytime? Yeah, we're gonna explain. I'm gonna explain my point of view. Okay, that's my point of view. And we have, I know many flat earthers don't want to talk about Bible to those globe believers. And I understand, some of them say, no, no, don't bring the Bible, whatever. Okay. So I'm going to give you my explanation. Okay. Now, the Bible is very clear, the very beginning. God separated the day and the night. I mean, yeah, the light and the darkness. So before we had the sun, and some people don't like the yin yang stuff. I like it. It represents the night and the day. That's Asian culture. I mean, here in Asia, it's on the Korean flag. It's in 2,500 years of Chinese history. Okay, it represents the day and the night. What does the Bible say about the sun? The sun was put into rain during the day, the moon during the night. So my view, what happens in December, because the sun has to move faster, and I just had a friend here from Japan. He was visiting Brazil, completely surprised. We were on a phone call, and he said, Eddie, you know what? I noticed the sun sets faster in Brazil. I said, yeah, it does, because it's summertime there. The sun has to complete the circuit faster, you know? So he's back here in Japan, and he's going to go to Okinawa to see the sun setting here, to compare the same latitude, okay? So in my view, guys, what happens, because the sun has to move faster, the sunlight advances a bit here. That's why you have longer days in the south, because you have daylight and you have sunlight together. And because the sun has to move faster, let's put the sun right here, okay? It will illuminate parts of the night. And that's why we have longer days, 17 hours, 18 hours, daytime, not sunlight in the south. We have daytime because what I call is the sun and the daytime and the daylight and sunlight are out of sync because the sun has to move faster. That's what my understanding. And that's what I try to explain. Okay? Because the sun has to move faster, it goes out of sync with the night light. Yeah, guess that's what daylight. Daylight, sorry, not light. So it advances a little bit here. And then goes back to normal. Okay? And also I believe in the intensity, like the sun can shine even brighter because it has to cover more areas. It shines brighter when it's in the outer ring. Okay, that's my understanding. And I understand the global earthers don't want to hear the biblical explanation, right? But that's what I understand. The sun is put there to rain during the day, the moon during the night, and when the sun is moving faster, it's going to advance here. So it's going to give us more daylight. Okay, that's my understanding. So right here, I think Professor Dave, I would question here, hey, what's going on here? Why is if you live on the globe, it should be similar, just similar, why it's not, right? I don't know. And another point that I always bring, I have explained this 100 times, you know, yeah, another thing that Austin could have killed him right there at the beginning, okay? Time zones, just ask, hey, Professor Dave, do you think that it's nighttime in all three continents at the same time? You know, because this is, I know it's a straw man argument. He keeps doing it, okay? It's not daytime. I have explained this 100 times. I have slideshows. If these guys want it, I can send to them. Explain it's not nighttime. There's only one day of the year, or perhaps a week, where you can see the sunlight at the same time. But you cannot. And Professor Dave Farina, he even said you got to be at the tip of South America. You have to be in this corner here of Brazil. You got to be right here in the westernmost part of Brazil. So let me share this one more time here for you guys. I think I have it here. The crooks. Okay, so let me explain this to you guys one more time. I've done this before. Okay, you have to be right here. Okay, the sun will be right, uh, right here. That's not the sun. I mean, the Southern Cross right here. If you're here. Then you can see. But you gotta be in this, not on the tip of South America, not in Sydney. You gotta be in Perth, right? And I have explained. I have a specific slide for that, uh, which I don't know what it is right now. It's right here. I debunked that guy live. He went live explaining. Yeah, okay, I said, no, man. Just go to timeaday.com and look at the daytime. You have to be right here to see the Southern Cross in easternmost part of Brazil. You gotta be in the westernmost parts of Australia. So at this date here, which is July 8th, something, now it's approaching, and then you are able to see only these three locations. You cannot see the Southern Cross in now three places at the same time. So this is one of the things I'm going to go back. Uh, yeah, I think so. I think I don't know if it doesn't have the slides. I mean, it's not difficult. Just say, hey, man, like right now, I'm in the same longitude, 135 east, goes all the way. I'm facing south, goes all the way to Australia. I know it's daytime in Australia, but I know it's nighttime in Brazil. They in Brazil now, they see the Southern Cross, but they cannot see here in Australia right now. And even in Okinawa, here in Japan, it's possible to see, but they are not seeing right now because it's daytime. Okay? Hi, shout out to Além do Horizonte, great guy. He's from Brazil and he knows what I'm talking about. So I don't know if you guys I don't know if Austin watches my live stream, but I want him to watch today's live stream. Because time zones, the guy cannot claim that they can see the Santa Cruz at the same time because they can't. We have time zones. It's nighttime now in Brazil. It's daytime in Australia. They are not they're not going out. And you cannot be at the tip of South America. So this has to stop, somebody has to stop these guys. And this is another one. This is my argument. And I don't know, but maybe Austin had a lot of things to do. And, a lot of things in mind, of course, I'm pretty sure. So lots of good people here. Brian Cash, Hap Tater, Yana Spice. So let me share my video, guys, what I did. And go ahead here in time. So this whole thing about the Antarctica. So I put out a video this week, and I do encourage you guys, please watch it. Okay. So we have three stations in Antarctica. We have a permanent one, and we have two like remote or temporary. Number one, Modulo Cryosfera 1. They established this in December 17th, 2011. Okay. So they went there. Okay. 84 degrees south, 17 December 2011. They stayed there for 1 month until February something. And these are the three. Let me go ahead. Okay. Right here. You have the three ones. You have Comandante Ferraz is the permanent. We have Modulo Cryosfera 1 at 84 degrees south. Modular Cryosfera 2. They were supposed to put this up, set it up in this date, but they only did it 2023. 84 degrees south, 79 degrees south, 62, yes. Okay. So what they did, they spent a month there, okay, collecting ice. And you watched 1 hour, 2 hours long. They talk about right here. They started digging from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. and they stopped for lunch at 3 p.m. Okay. No mention of the midnight sun. Okay. No mention. Why? They were there talking about ice particles. No mention about midnight sun. So I went ahead. I watched the second one, which was in 2023. And they were there again, 79 degrees south. Right here. I don't know why it's not stopping there. 79 south. Okay, let me hold the mouse. 79 south, 78 west. We're there for another 30 days. High plateau right there. No mention of the midnight sun. Nothing. They just said they collected not even ice this time, air particles, and they checked the winds there, and they confirmed the wind is 200 miles per hour in that region. All right? So nothing. Okay? So the sun there, just above the horizon, like the other soldiers said. Winter time, it's right at the horizon. You know, this image is exactly what Professor Dave has here. It comes and goes. It's not going around. Anyway, going forward. So this is the Brazilian permanent mission. To get there, they go through the south like this. Okay, facing north. But since the base is right here, oh, sorry guys, let me remove this comment real quick. So no one, okay. They have to approach the base from the south. So there was a journalist, and I'm going to go ahead and some people question about her. So all you got to do, Luciana Garbin, that's her name. Antarctica trip. That's her, the journalist right there. And she just wrote a book about it. And she tells this whole story. She tried for 5 years to go to Antarctica to visit the Brazilian base. They never gave her permission. When they finally gave her permission, she still had to wait 2 years to go. So a total 7 years to visit Antarctica. Okay? But that's the lady. There are more videos of her. She tells other story. And she has this video, this one that I use right here, Chegando no Continente Gelado, arriving. She talks about when she arrived at the station. Okay, so what happened when she arrived? They were arriving, and she got her camera and started filming. It was 8:45 p.m. 8:45 p.m. and she describes the sunset. Okay, they're coming from the south. That's the sun setting northwest, and this is the front of the ship going towards the American Brazilian Research Center. This is the sun, northwest. This is the front of the ship going north towards the Brazilian research, and this other side here that would be east. There's nothing there. Okay, go to YouTube, watch her video, get subtitles, and I had the subtitles here. Okay, I added the subtitles here on my video. But if you don't trust my, just go to YouTube and watch it there. And then I went to the other guy. He's a military guy. His channel's there. He documented his 1 year because military, some of those military pilots, Brazil, they are required to stay there for 1 year. And he filmed what is impossible. Like a lot of globe believers say, there is no daytime in Antarctica during summer in the north. But he shows that the sun is going to come out. That's 9 a.m. The sun is rising. It's going to rise at 11, sets at 4. And then this is June 21st, and he uploaded a video on June 22nd. He goes outside and films daytime. According to the globe, it should be dark. Okay, and he films it's daytime. Yes, it's going to be a short day. It's going to set, the sun's going to set pretty soon, like at 1 p.m., or just after 1 p.m., but it's daytime. It's not that time like we have in the globe. Then he makes another video showing the sun. Since the sun hits winter time in Antarctica, summertime in Brazil, he says the sun scratches the horizon, comes from northeast, and sets behind the mountains here, which is northwest. That's what he's explaining. So I compare both of them, okay, both of them describing the sun setting northwest from Antarctica. Okay, everything is described, everything is in that video. Now, when I first started making the video, I actually was like, what will I find? What if I find really the sun going around? You know, what's going to be my reaction? But actually, I was surprised by what I found. You know, it confirms flat Earth. Okay, the Earth is flat. There's no other way. On the globe, this cannot happen. The sun cannot approach from northeast and sets northwest. It can't. It has to go around the observer. So then I played this video here. This guy, he had an interview with Antonio Subirats, and he described the same thing here. The sun rising in the middle winter, goes right along, scratches the horizon. On summertime in the south, he approaches you and it goes away. You know, everything is there. Please watch the video. And then I tried to find the footage of this Russian base here. I don't know which one this one is, but I'll just play a little bit. But guys, please watch the video, the whole video. And this shows the moon passing by, you know, from outside the border, you know, from like the border. And you see the sun and the moon go in the middle. The sun, the moon, right? So then I showed this guy. He's another Brazilian officer required to serve dead in Antarctica for 1 year. And this is our personal videos. And he's saying to his mom, it's midnight, January 17th, 2019. The sun is setting northwest. And he flips the camera to the other side and he shows the moon. Okay, this is impossible on the globe Earth. Okay, and this is what I was explaining here, the convex, the concave. It's not like this, it's this shape. The sun approaches you and goes away. Right? So this is a whole video that I have online. I ask you guys to watch, okay? Please watch it if you have time. Just go to my channel. It's the latest video there. It's called, I have a picture here. It's this picture here, okay? The Truth About Antarctica's Midnight Sun. 47 minutes, I know it's a little bit long, but that's why I'm not uploading any other video during the week. So you guys can watch a little bit day by, you know, during the day until you get through the whole video. And that's what I have about Antarctica. Definitely, it's not a uh, going around the sun there. Now, shout out to Samuel. He was here last week. Great guy. He knows Hebrew. He explains a lot. Okay. So now he explains here in this video, part 6, inspecting the Torah. Sun rotates about Earth, around North, and along the South. So he explains here in Ecclesiastes 1:6. Now, in our version, King James says the wind, but according to his video, he explains that it's the sun. The sun goes along the south and goes around the north. Okay? The sun goes along the south and goes around the north. Now, even if you have the word wind here, it's the same thing. Okay, this animation here shows the wind goes around the north and along the south. If it's the sun, it's the same thing. Okay, let me find my thing here again. This one. The sun goes around the north and along the south. Ecclesiastes 1:6. Whether you want to say the winds or the sun, he explains the Hebrew language. I think it means the sun. So the sun goes around the north, goes along the south. So everything points to a flat earth, guys. There's no room for a ballward. There's no room. Okay? All right, so I'm going to shout out here to John Bailey, New Zealand. Thanks to John Bailey. He got a map. Thanks so much. I appreciate, guys, for supporting the channel. I want to shout out to Dennis from Oklahoma. I believe he spent the weekend in Alaska filming the sun there. Or he's going to do it this weekend, I don't know. So I'm sorry, Dennis, I haven't been able, I have not felt well. I had a terrible week. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be away from live streams for perhaps 1 or 2 weeks. I need to get some rest. I had a terrible week. This week, the whole week, I only had 2 days that I felt well. So sorry, so many things going on. I have 2 American friends here sick, and it's just, so many things. One more thing here before we take a short break. So this is the form called DS4131. If you guys want to visit Antarctica, you have to fill out this form and wait for 3 months before. So you guys who plan to go to the final experiment, whatever, you got to go ahead and start working on this. So some people say, oh, you're a coward. Why don't you go? Well, the journalist had to wait 2 years to go. 2 years. Now, I live in Japan, okay? So that is something extra for me. Let's say that I apply and I am granted. It doesn't mean that I can go, because as a resident in Japan, I have to submit a form here in Japan asking or telling them my plans. Not sure if they will let me back in or if they will let me go. So it's not that easy, guys. It's not like, oh, you're a coward, you don't want to go. It's not easy. They select some people, okay? And this whole thing, as I told you guys about the Brazilians last year, oh, let's go in December 2024. And now this guy, Pastor Will Duffy, what are they planning? I don't know what these guys are planning. But it's pretty weird, for me, for all those anti-flat earthers willing to go there in December 2024 on different countries. I just smell a rat in there, you know? I don't know what's going on. So we're going to take a short break now. I'm going to play a song, and then we will come back, okay, for the another 10, 15 minutes. I haven't had time to check much of this, the chat today, guys. I'm sorry, I apologize. I will I'll go ahead play a song here, take a short break, and let's listen to B.O.B. I enjoyed this song back in the days, so let's listen to him.
Yeah, you ain't seen my best. Checkmate, in a game of chess. Globalists see me as a threat. Free thinking, got the world at my neck. Ha! Am I paranoid? Picture Malcolm X in a room full of pigs trying not to bust a sweat. Ayy, Neil Tyson need to loosen up his vest. They probably write that man one hell of a check. Ayy, I'm over here on this side of town. Come on over here, try to clown. Ayy, I never pipe down. If they weren't coming for me, then they definitely coming for me now. I can't even keep my phone charged up. All the shit I'm talking, I should get my own barred up. Rappers, get off of my dick and get your own bars up. Vladimir and Liz's breath got the clone skirt, cuz whoop. Use your common sense. Why is NASA part Department of Defense? They divided up the seas into 33 degrees, feeding kids masonry. Bruh, be careful what you read. Flatline. There's no superior bloodline. Flatline. You got me once, but that died. Ayy, voice. Do I have a voice? Do I give a fuck? Do I have a choice? Joint. I roll up a joint. Keep my shooters in the game like I hate to disappoint. I see only good things on the horizon. That's probably why the horizon is always rising. Indoctrinated in a cult called science, and graduated to a club full of liars. Heliocentrism, you were the sixth victim. Fuck you and your team, you can sit on the bench with them, they nervous. But before you try to curve it, do your research on David Irving. Stalin was way worse than Hitler. That's why the POTUS gotta wear a kipper. I'm a man first for an artist. Get a lawyer, look up Dr. Richard Sauter. Fast, flatline. You fooled us for the last time. Flatline. There's no superior bloodline there.
So you want to find the farthest point from that center. And it turns out sea level at the equator is farther away from the center of the Earth than sea level near the poles. It has nothing to do with global warming and melting of the ice caps.
Why is that?
Because Earth, we know it spins once a day. Yes, thank you. 3 people know how long a day lasts here.
Good for row number 2. They're off to a great start.
So you spin, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out.
Yeah.
Gets wider in the middle. And so Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning. And it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate. And officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped.
Yeah.
So it turns out the pear-shapedness is bigger than the height of Mount Everest above sea level.
Flatline. You fooled us for the last time. Flatline. There's no superior bloodline there.
All right, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the song. It was good, man, to listen to him back in the day. So I hope he's doing fine. Thanks. A lot of guys have watched the video actually, and I'm glad you guys liked it. And I wanted to highlight another comment here from the Brazilian channel, saying that for the whole month, they every night they were saying like, "Come on, let's make that phone call, live stream, the Sunday midnight. The globalists, they backed out and they don't talk about it. All the people promoting the trip to Australia, to Antarctica, the Brazilian people, they are missing in action right now. They have disappeared. Right? So there is something fishy going on, but as I told you, I think it was easier for the Brazilian guys to say, hey, let's go ahead and do it right now. Don't have to wait for 2024 because it was still last year. So thanks for all the well wishes, thanks guys. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So let me see what else I want to share with you guys. I found a map here, Planisphere of the Heavens in Japanese. Maybe I should share this with you guys. Get rid of Dr. Farina here, not Dr. Professor. So I'm going to share this Japanese planisphere. This is the map of the stars. You have the Earth here. They don't have even up to the equator, just the North Pole. Looks a lot like the Rupes Negra map of Mercator, just the North Pole, because they have only like, they actually have up to the equator right here. But this is a planisphere, all the constellations around Earth right here, in the middle. Right, this is an interesting map. And a lot of things that not Doctor, I don't know, I keep calling him Doctor, Professor Dave said. I mean, I just wonder, I don't know, like what Austin knows about the cosmology here, okay? There was, I think Professor Dave said something about telescopes, 1500, Galileo was looking, whatever. Guys, when Marco Polo arrived in China, and soon after that, he brought some guys. China already had telescope, and China always had flat Earth cosmology. The yin yang proves it. China already had, and they were like, "What's going on?" China had a telescope on top of a mountain, made of metal. Don't know what kind, brass. I don't know. And the technology is that the lenses, whatever they had, it never got foggy. And the Europeans were like, how did they do that? They have in the open there, and it never got foggy, So these guys who do debates, they have to understand that when they say, oh, we knew the Earth was about 2,500 years ago. No. Look at the Greek cosmology. Show them a picture of, what's his name again? The guy holding the firmament. He wasn't holding a globe, Atlas. Okay? There's no room for the Greek mythology on the globe Earth. You read the mythology, you read the stories, you look at Antiquated mechanism. Nothing was based on about Earth. Nothing. So these guys have to counter these arguments because it gets tired to hear these people talking. And I sometimes, I've been sometimes on TikTok talking to some of the guys. Guys, you don't know anything about what you say. Just repeating school book stuff, No, no. Yeah, they understand. They're lying. You got it. You got it, Shadell. You got it. You're right. Okay. So let me see what else we have here. I think that's it, guys. We're gonna wrap up the show a little bit earlier today. As I said, it's a long day for me. I have to work in the afternoon. I do wanna ask guys, if you haven't done yet, stop by my store. Support the channel. Get a map. I have where is it? Right here. This is the Antarctic bases. If you guys are interested. I don't have all 57 bases, of course. 59 or something like this. I don't have all of them. But the main ones are there. Hide the comment. The main ones are there. Oh no. The main ones are there, the moon station, the Russian one, and I think this is no, Australian American. I'm also American, but it's there. If you want to support the channel, just visit my store, go to any of my videos, click on the link there. Anyone, let me pick up one here. What have I been watching lately? See, a lot of people in Brazil they're covering stuff about Antarctica as well. I didn't like much of the moderator there. I never heard of him. Never. I wasn't familiar to his channel, and he didn't seem to be impartial. Okay, he was pretty much kind of leaning. I don't know. He was questioning. He was questioning Austin. You know, And if he had questions, he should have said, "Hey, Austin, after the show, I have some questions for you. Can we talk?" But instead, he was like almost like favoring Professor Dave. So, guys, just I'm gonna leave the link here. Just go to Homeware, Wall Art. Grab one map today. It's, so wait. See, that's what Austin was saying. My videos, I cannot monetize. I cannot have super chat. I have a disclaimer from Wikipedia in all of my videos. Whereas, like Professor Dave, he gets promoted by the algorithm. He can sell his stuff. He can, I mean, the scale is tilted. So it's really complicated. It's not easy for truthers. Extremely discouraging. Extremely discouraging. So store, and I'm gonna try to have some other people here. I'm gonna see if I can bring Bart Sibro. He was nice with me. He removed a strike, so I'll see if he can stop by someday and let's talk. I don't like to debate, but let's have an intelligent conversation. That's what I wanted to have with the pilot, who were here. Just a conversation. And he brought along Mike Toon. Just like this Will Duffy, it became clear, like when he's talking, debating, he's got, what's his name? Mike Toon. He's talking to Mike Toon at the same time. So I wanted somebody to have, even if you're a Glober, let's have a just intelligent conversation. But it's very difficult to find. So in Brazil, this Brazilian channel, they brought along like two physics professor just for to talk, and it was a really nice, conversation. Guess what happened? So what happened is the Globers went after those guys, just like I think McToon went after that physics guys. What's his name? Brian something. I think he went after him just for communicating with Austin. So these guys are like radical, like the leftists guy, and I don't know. Yeah, that's a false pastor right there. Will Duffy. I don't like the guy. So I thought about bringing him along. Let's talk. I don't want him to have this guy. I don't want to talk to that guy, to Danny Faulkner. These guys. I mean, to me, they are Jesuits. They are Jesuits pretending to be, on our side, but they are on the side of Rome. They are on the side of the Vatican, pushing the heliocentrism, pushing all the lies. Hi guys, so again, a lot of good people joining now, but and thanks again. Please watch the video on Antarctica if you haven't watched it yet. A lot of time put in there, doing the subtitles, watching the videos, trying to find anything. I was like, maybe I'll find the Midnight Sun, and then I will have to admit Earth is a globe. On the opposite side, I found that it supports the flat Earth. Okay, so let me finish with this image right here. Really nice, and this is what we observe, guys. That's gotta understand that this is what is going on. Okay, this is what's going on. Okay, the Arctic and the Antarctic. All right, this is what's going on right here. Okay, in the middle, you observe the sun going around you, and in Antarctica, it comes close to you and goes away. Okay, that's how it goes. And it comes towards you and goes. And then in the North Pole goes around you. Right? So whatever way you look at on the biblical side, if you think that the Bible says the winds goes along the south, if you think it's the sun, let me remove the comment here real quick. Okay, if you think it's the sun, yeah. If you think it's the winds, whatever you think it is, it says goes along the south, as the Bible says, Ecclesiastes 1:6. The winds go around the north and along the south, or if it, according to Samuel, if it says the sun goes around the north and along the south. So that's what we have. There's no other way. The earth is flat. There's no curvature. There's no movement. We live on a stationary plane, and that's what it is. And that's why we are risking all we have for the truth. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so very much. It was a pleasure, guys. I'm going to end the stream. Thank you all. Sorry for everybody that I couldn't say, shout out to you guys, but I'm running out of energy. Thanks again. God bless each and every one of you. May your families be safe. And as a Christian, I believe in our Lord Jesus Christ. He is the Savior. He died on the cross for us. And, whoever believes in him will have eternal life. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys maybe next week. Maybe I'll take a week off, get some rest. So see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Wonderful, magical, celestial light, fantastical, mystical, wonderful sight. Belgian Swiss physicist Auguste Piccard, 1931, first to reach for the stars, was the first to explore the air view stratospherius, a scientist curious to see what was there. An aluminium black ball on a helium balloon, hydrogen with photos and instruments, sailed towards the moon, rose in just half an hour, 52,000 feet, 10 miles up, 10 temperature, left for dead, trapped in heat and cold, but disproving gravity. Wonderful, mystical, beautiful sight, flat line separation of black from blue light, a world run by deceivers, false make-believers, hiding in shadows, stealing our light. Mystical, fluorescent light, wonderful, magical, awesome, yes, stealing our light. Wonderful, let there be light, supernatural, eternal, up we go, higher than rainbows, higher than mountains, above cumulonimbus, higher than air, high level horizon, 360 around us, but right round behind us, any height that you dare. The sun and the moon both revolve above around us, to forever, short time past, intelligently there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, no more you deceive us, see through you like air. Kipper and Picard were the first ever known to reach up there. Divine luminescent light, mystical, wonderful, celestial light. So what was their eternal testimony? What did they report back to humanity? Said it seemed like a flat disk far as eyes can see, with an upturned edge fading into infinity. a mystical, ethereal, celestial sight, a divine creation, a clockwork of light, designed hid by deceivers and false make-believers, still cowering in shadows, still fearing our light. Here we go, higher than Everest, higher than airplanes, above zero, cumulus, higher than air, a level horizon, 360 around us, no motion beneath us, no spinning, no stars on the firmament, time along around us, to forever show time and geometrically there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, forever beneath us, we see through you like air. Mystics on a luminous light, fantastical, magical, bright, we see through you like air. Magical angels of light, beautiful, wonderful, celestial light. The first to see truth when they reach for the stars, explorers and physicists, Kipper and Picard. Never you'll defeat us, forever beneath us, we see through you like air.